stepmommy cracked.
I'm helping the cops try and get my soon-to-be ex-husband in here.
Documents reportedly allege that after Zahra was dismembered,
she loves her daughter.
She has been cooperating with police.
She has tried to cooperate with the police.
She was hidden in a bed comforter and car cover. Then, ultimately thrown in a garbage dumpster.
This woman is just like a shark.
Baker joined police in the search.
She's always moving forward.
He has allegedly given them more information.
She's destroying whatever is in her path.
The family got rid of a mattress.
The stepmom also claims she had help disposing of evidence from Zahra's own dad, Adam Baker.
This is a little girl
I can act like him then without my hand.
who has been discarded piece by piece.
And search warrants released, unsealed late this afternoon, say that an informant came forward to law enforcement saying that little 10-year-old Zahra Baker may have been raped by two men and then allegedly hit on the head, one of those men having a relationship in some capacity, allegedly with Elisa Baker. Search warrants documents revealed much, much more than that. Horrifying descriptions of dismemberment, but nothing about cause of death. To Mark Klass, president and founder of Klass Kids Foundation, I touched on this earlier, the memorial service for Zahra Baker being planned and led by her father, Adam Baker, has now become a private event he has chosen, and it's been postponed a little bit. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that the reason he's gone from a public event to a private event is simply because he doesn't want to get lynched. I can't imagine that anybody would show up to a private event. Who in the world would want to be alone in a room with this man who enabled and allowed and probably participated in the evil perpetrated upon the sweet young girl?
Law enforcement would want to be there to see his demeanor, to see his tears, to see his lack of tears. Susan Moss, family law attorney, how many trials do we see where law enforcement is asked on the stand, did you attend the funeral? What did you see? Or family members, what did you see of the emotions of the father or whoever is the defendant?
Yes, but he's had a lot of time to prep now. What really shows his emotion or lack thereof was that 911 call where his emotion was so cold, so steady. It really showed who this guy was. And I think they've kept him out of jail because they think this guy's gonna lead him to those two alleged rapists. Because I think that the courts think and the cops think that it wasn't just these two, but it was two other people who were responsible for the demise of this poor little girl.
That's really interesting, Susan Moss. That's good. That's very good. Carmen St. George, defense attorney out of New York. Prosecutors don't need a motive. We know that. But what is the motive of here? Somebody murdered this little girl. Why?
Gene, I gotta say, they don't need to prove that, but looking at the evidence that we have from the search warrants, that there might have been some allegations of rape. You know, these people were homeschooling this little girl. They were abusing her. There were allegations that they took her and had her raped. And, you know, there's a good chance that they then killed her. I mean, you're talking about blood and human remains found in the cars in their driveway. You're talking about blood and human remains found on a wood chipper where the father was working near the site. There is really so many cases out there where we have seen much less evidence and defendants incarcerated. So it's very strange, even from a defense perspective, that this Adam Baker is still not incarcerated.
That's right. To Ray Giudice, was it just that she was a burden? This little girl that was deaf and only had one leg, that had suffered bone cancer and then lung cancer. Was she just a burden? Would that be the motive?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly could do a psychological profile of why they wanted to not have this child, but let's stop for just a second. You know, when you have allegations that are so specific, it causes one problem for the prosecution. You better prove it. There better be some blood splatter of that child in that bathroom from the walls that they took down. There better be some DNA in the plumbing that they took. I mean, they've got to link this up. This information is now out in the public. These are the jurors of North Carolina that would hear this case if it went to trial. When it comes to trial, they better close this circle because they've really made some very specific allegations. And if they're basing it on this stepmother, who I think has some, she may not be legally insane, but she's a crazy person. You know, you may not want to base your case solely on what she says if you're law enforcement.
That's right. So blood spatter expert must be extraordinaire for the prosecution. Let's go to Amanda in North Carolina. Amanda, you are right there in the state. Are you anywhere close to where this all happened?
Yes, about 40 minutes away.
Wow. Wow. What's your question, or what are your thoughts on all of this?
It's been terrible. What my question is, okay, Alyssa took the cops to the prosthetic leg on Dudley Shoals Road. Now she's saying the prosthetic leg was put in a bag or car cover and threw into a dumpster.
Yeah.
How did it get on Dudley Shoals Road? Who moved it?
You know, Amanda, you are really, really smart, because we were talking about this before the show, because you've got the prosthetic leg, you've got prosthetic leg liner. Ellie Jo said, Nancy Grace, producer, sort it all out for us. Lay it down.
Right. Well, this is what we were talking about. We know that Dudley Shoals Road is where the remains were found a little bit later on in the case. At the beginning, we were told that the prosthetic leg had been found. Now, it was around the time that they were searching Christie Road. We all made the assumption that that's where they found it, although police would never say exactly where it was found. In the bond reduction document, however, that's where Elisa Baker's attorney claims that the leg liner was found there at Christie Road. So it's unclear at this point.